Hey everyone, and welcome back to Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. I'm Dylan here with Max Loga. Today will be Friday, May 9th, episode 131. Mothers initiate love for sports. M.I.L.F.S. That's right, Max. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. The unsung heroes. I mean, maybe there are heroes in some, but in others, they're unsung heroes. They put up a lot of stuff, do a lot of things. So there, shout out to all the moms out there.
Shout out to all the moms. We're going to tip our caps to the mothers, the sports mothers specifically out there in the whole wide world. We're going to do our special segment, Why Moms and Sports Go Together. We're going to get some quotes from some great heroic listeners as to why sports are important to them as mothers. And I have a little poem for our very own sweet mother dearest. So little early happy Mother's Day gift to you, Mom. What else are we going to do, Max?
I'm looking forward to that poem. We talked about it in our pre video, and I'm excited. But back to what we're doing. We got the round table. We got some sports to catch up on. We're gonna have Vino's vibration, vivid moments. Um, our moments of moms tipping our caps. We're gonna have some trivia, Dylan's poem that I'm excited for, circled on my agenda list, and then we'll get out of here.
Let's do it. Episode 131 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. Mothers initiate love for sports. MILFs.
Bills. All right.
Nailed it. Great song. Mother's Day is Sunday, the 11th. So happy early Mother's Day. But also, we'd be remiss if we don't mention Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, Happy Nurse Appreciation Week, Happy Public Workers Appreciation Week. You guys just kind of got rolled in with everyone else. You notice that?
Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. I saw it was Nurses Week, and in my head, I'm thinking, why do we have to share with them? Can't they get their own? Come on, we both
You
put
guys just,
enough shit. Like, can't we get our own weeks? Too
well,
many,
you guys both
two
put
weeks. Can't splurge them.
that's the thing. We
Like,
had to have random taco day. Oh, I guess that was this week too. Shit. Ah,
what a week.
what did you even have? Did you get anything cool?
We had a catered lunch, some barbecue. Uh, yeah, that was it.
All right, I love it. We also had a bunch of Tigers wins. We'll get to the red hot Tigers in a second, but let's first, Mr. Teacher, you can go first with our Vino's vulnerable venting vocalization presented by Furbo. Hoping to not miss a second of your four-legged furry friend while you're away. Don't fret, as Furbo is your go-to gadget. For those extended trips away from all your small, sweet souls, Furbo allows you to keep eyes on, pass out treats, and even talk to your not-so-traveler-friendly cat or dog. Head to Amazon now to purchase your own Furbo today. LTS, in conjunction with Furbo, is not responsible for any scandals, romantic entanglements, and it exclaims any and all liability related to stemming from marital misbehavior. Max, what is your venting vocalization?
Yeah. So this is gonna go back not a couple weeks, just last week. That's the first time since 1989 or 1988-89 that the University of Michigan has beaten the University of Ohio in football, hockey, baseball, and basketball, all in the state of Ohio. Uh, Pretty legendary. I don't know if you watched or saw Michigan baseball scored more runs than points, I should say points, than Michigan football team and Ohio State combined by themselves. So shout out to them for being dogs. Yeah.
Love it. Meow, love it. 9 whiskers, well done, well done. Yeah, go blue. Beat the piss out of the Buckeyes in baseball. I think two Mercy Rule games were mixed in there. So pretty crazy stuff. I think they scored 17 or 18 runs in one inning in one
Mm-hmm.
of the games. So good stuff there. Just quickly before we move on, since the Big Ten added those Pac-12 teams, with less since last year, this is the first time they have the spring sports. A little bit of domination from the Pac-12ers on top of the baseball world, and I think a couple thoroughbred Big Ten are still on top in softball, but the Pac-12ers are then like mixed right there. So
Yeah, I did see LSU and not LSU, um,
UCLA,
UCLA and
right?
Washington for softball are tops of the top right now in all of softball.
Okay.
So
So baseball might have a couple thoroughbreds on top, and then it's like 4 straight Pac-12 or 3 straight. So yeah, tough sled in there. All right, well done, Max. Mine, I had 2. I was waiting to see what you did. I'll stick with my one that like minor shout out to sports. It's a great time of the year. If you're not watching playoffs, what are you doing with your life? We're having overtime winners, not only in hockey but also in basketball. We're having 20-point comebacks in basketball. It's a great time to be alive. Get your head out of your ass and watch some sports. But I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are the third best team in all of baseball. They lead the American League. They are currently trouncing, they're the worst team in baseball, the Rockies, but they're beating the piss out of them in a doubleheader. They're going to head back to Comerica Park this weekend. It's going to be packed stadiums all 3 days. The Tigers are red hot with an ace of a pitching staff. You got Skubal, Mize leading the way in all the majors with 6 wins now, tied for the lead. Job, Reese Olson, got Cater,
My Ada.
Ontario,
Ontario.
pitching today. Everything's just coming up aces. You got Zach McKinstry with a better OPS than, I was going to say Judge, but that's not true. They're the most most hitters in base right now. Like the Detroit Tigers are red hot. So get out to Comerica Park this weekend. Turn on FanDuel Sports Network. Watch the Tigers roar.
Okay, I'm going to give you 8.9. That way I can win this meow off.
Nope.
I will say I was listening to Tigers on the radio today. Kiter, so they have a 27-man roster. He's number 27, and he's out there throwing what I think he gave up 2 runs already, 1 run, maybe 3 against the Rockies right now, 1. So pretty miraculous stuff that their 6th best pitcher is the number 27th man on the roster.
Yeah, so Colt Keith just hit a home run. They're up 8-1. He's actually the 28th. So in a doubleheader, you get an extra player. So he's 28. Let's get right into Tigers. Let's go to the round table. The 27th is actually Brewer. Brewer last name, I just don't know. I don't have in my mind. I had it. We'll figure it out. We'll get the statistician on board real quick. He recorded his first ever major league hit tonight. So shout out to Brewer. He's a 29-year-old who first appeared for the Brewers, funny enough, in 2022. Or maybe that was his last team. Doesn't matter. He first appeared in the majors in 2022. Took him 3 years to get back or to get here to get his first hit. So shout out to Brewer. Really cool stuff.
Hinkley. Brewer Hinkley.
Hinkling. I like it. Hinkling. Yeah, nice. Good stuff. Great smile. Good kid. Getting a little old, but 29's new 40, 26.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty sick. Skubal is doing Skubal things. It's just he ran into it last year, but I think they'll be all right. When he's on the mound, the Tigers, I feel like, take their foot off the gas pedal on the offensive side because they know he's on the mound and they know they can probably get away with that 3-1 win because he's going to give up 0 runs, right? So they got to get away from that, put up their 10 runs against teams and give him some run protection. I'm going to say going forward, give him some run protection. They did Reese Olson last year. Give the guys wins.
Yeah, so it was Reese Lasher who didn't get the run production.
Yes.
So I think, Skubal got it last year. But in Skubal's last 40 innings, I think his ERA is like 0.08.
Yeah,
so
he's got
it's good moment right now.
Strikeouts, 1 base on balls, and he's electric right now. But funny enough, get to Comerica Park this weekend. Friday you got fireworks. Saturday you got Skubal bobblehead giveaway. Sunday you get to see Dylan and I as ushers. What more could you ask for?
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And it's Mother's Day, so you're welcome. Great stuff there, Max. And go Tigers. Keep going. Side note on this. The Tigers keep winning all these games. I think the Royals are like 16-3 in their last 19 or something stupid like that. So they're only 2.5 games back at the Tigers. The Guardians are 1.5 games back. So kind of a bummer, but they're separating themselves at least from the middle of the American League, so that's good. And it's a hell of a start. Best start since 2014, so gotta love it. Let's talk NBA playoffs, Max. We've been on sabbatical for the last couple weeks. Still no Sam. Our understanding is that Sam is going through a throat issue. So that's all we really know at this point, throat issue. So we haven't been on a couple weeks. We went to a couple Pistons playoff games, right, Max? Talk us through how those went.
As a matter of fact, I have my shirt on right now. It's my back to work playoff shirt. I was going to wear it, but then I was like, I thought the atmosphere was great. Like Dylan said, game 1 could use some more Detroit Piston chants and a little less FU Bronsons. Just fired them up. Pistons lost 4-1. Could have easily swept the Knicks. Crazy series. Now the Knicks are up 2-0 on the Celtics. And Dylan hit me with the text last night. Makes you think. It does make you think. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder if Cade could have got a couple more buckets, get a rebound, box out. Different story. So, what are your thoughts, Dylan?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. 4-2, not 4-1, so it makes you think even
Oh,
more.
yeah.
4-2 with 2 games where the Pistons were up late in both games, probably should have won. So even more disheartening. So yeah, we were at games 3 and 4. Electric, amazing, spectacular crowd. Clearly the Pistons fans were not the loudest. It was Pistons fans who hadn't been to a Pistons game in quite a while, weren't sure what to cheer for and how to cheer. Hence the "fuck you Brunson" chants. Really ignorant, didn't love it. No, let's go Pistons at all. Really, head scratching. We'll get in the draw. In the locker rooms, we'll get with our contacts and figure that shit out for next year because they'll be back. Young core, very good team. Game 3, I don't think they're ever going to win. Went down 13, I think, at half. Came back, certainly did come back, but just didn't have enough at the end. Game 4, however, they were up, I think, 7 with about, I'll give you at least 5 with like a minute and a half to go. And then Cat stole the show. Really disheartening. Then everyone knows what happened in Game 6 back in Detroit. We weren't there, but very disheartening. Jalen Brunson. Fucker.
Yeah.
Um, oh, well, hell of a season for the Pistons. Is there anyone, Max, in free agency that you want them to go get? And I will tell you the 3 names that people are talking about, and tell me which 2 you want to keep. So it's Hardaway, uh, Schroeder, and then Beasley are the 3 free agents currently on the team. Well, you get to keep 2. Which ones do you want?
Uh, it's going to pain me to say, psych, Shador and Tim Malik. I'm sorry, you can hit all the threes in the regular season. Like, I don't know, man. He didn't do anything in the playoffs, and he dropped the ball, went right through his hands on a clear open shot. So you can't get rid of Shador. Tim's got
Schroeder. Max is thinking about for NFL draft.
yeah, draft.
I'm keeping Beasley. Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder, our German friend. I think we get rid of him. You got Jaden Ivey in the wings. I think I know he's a shooting guard, but he can smell like a point guard. And I don't know. I just think there's cheaper options there for a backup point guard than
Well,
Dennis.
yeah, I mean, it all depends on how much he comes to knocking for. But if he comes to
Yeah.
knock to stay a little cheaper to be in the Pistons with the Pistons because he likes it, then yeah,
Then yeah.
come on
Same for
board.
Timmy. I think same for Timmy. I don't know what Timmy offers more really. If you have Beasley and Tobias, I don't know what Hardaway's for, right? If you lose Beasley, you gotta have Hardaway.
Yeah.
If you lose Tobias, you gotta have Hardaway. So
Well, they're not losing Tobias. Tobias is sticking around unless
yeah,
they
he's got a
trade him.
multi-year.
Yeah.
He's got a multi-year.
But
Is there anyone you want them to go get?
no, I've heard some stuff about Zion. Don't want that. The guy from the Kings, Sabonis, Dante. I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind that because he could stretch the floor.
Bonus.
He's like a cat, but more skilled, more what's the word?
White.
Obviously,
European.
um, athletic. He's more athletic.
Left-handed. Oh,
Yeah,
athletic.
yeah. I mean, you're dancing around it. It was on the tip of your tongue. I could tell.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All
Mm.
right, I like it. Good stuff. Quickly, who you got to go to the finals right now? So yeah, we've got upset city on the East. Cavs are down 0-2 to the Pacers, and Celtics are down 0-2 to the Knicks. West, T Wolves and Warriors play tonight, but no Steph, so I feel like probably the Warriors or the Timberwolves are going to win that one, make it 1-1, and then Thunder whacked the Nuggets, so it's 1-1 there. Who you got going to the finals?
Going to the finals.
Finals.
Give me the Thunder out of the West still, and then give me uh, Pacers. Give me the Pacers out of the East. I don't know. I don't want anybody in the East. I hate all those teams. But what about you, Dylan?
I think I got Knicks Nuggets.
Oh, all right. Knicks Nuggets. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Knicks have the best player, the most clutch player left. I think the Pistons should have beaten them, which makes me even happier. But I think if they get by the Celtics, the East is a joke.
Yeah.
Pacers are, I don't know. Cavs are extremely hurt, and Pacers or whatever. West is a minefield. Uh, Warriors just don't seem like they've got enough. So I think the T Wolves will get them, and then I think you're right. Whoever wins Thunder, Nuggets will get to the finals.
Yeah. That's like you said, it's landmine. You never know what you're gonna get out there. Like Thunder just won by who knows how many points, and they lost in the first game.
It
So
was like 40 something at one
on a
point. I'm
buzzer
sure.
beater, let's put that out there on a buzzer beater from Aaron Gordon of all people. So
Yeah, true, true. Um, all right, let's go NHL. Shout out to the Islanders for winning the lottery ball. Shout out to the Red Wings for sucking ass and getting a suck ass pick and having issues with everyone hating Eiserman, including our brother in law Justin. And shout out to the Mammoths or the Mammoth.
man, I
Did
don't
you see
know.
the jerseys?
I did see the jerseys. I watched their promo video. Promo video is pretty cool. Jerseys and logo, not so cool. I just can't imagine having that mammoth on my hat. Like I have a seagull on my hat right now, and it's clean. It's crisp. But a mammoth up there, I don't know if I can get behind that. It's a little weird for me. But I like the colors: salt white or salt gray, snow blue or something, and all to do with the mountains. I like it.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
yeah. I think a lot of soaking, and that's about my whole thought process. All right, NHL playoffs, real good stuff. Um, I don't know. I feel like both those game sevens were pretty awesome.
Yes.
We had come from behind for the Stars to beat the Avs. Natural hat trick in the third period from Miko
Well,
Ratnin.
you go $1 million man ratting.
Yeah, and then Jets scored twice under 2 minutes, and then net an overtime winner to beat the
The Blues.
Blues. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy stuff. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Max?
Yeah, it's like Dylan said leading into this when he was doing his VMO moment. If you're not watching sports right now, I don't know what you're doing. Um, People ask me like what I do when I go home, watch sports. They come on at 7 o'clock. You can go till midnight. Like it's awesome. Um, I don't know. Playoffs, NHL playoffs are wild. I kind of like Toronto giving it to Florida. I will say that I don't like Florida, so I kind of like Toronto giving it to them. Um, But I think I'll give you my finals right now. I know you're going to ask. I think it's going to be Carolina. I think you picked them originally. They look good. They look solid. Got a win in Washington, which is big. Flip the home ice. So give me Carolina in the East. I'm going to stick with it. Edmonton in the West. I think Edmonton in the West still.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I did Knights, Canes, still alive. I'm gonna switch and go Maple Leafs. And Stars.
Ooh, I would like that. That'd be a good one.
And I think I want the Stars to beat the Leafs because I think it would be funny. Um, I don't know. I think I just want some more great hockey. It's been really, really good. My only gripe is that some of those games don't start till 10 o'clock or 9:50, right? And I'm finishing the first period in my bed and just hoping I wake up when ESPN raises their voice slightly enough, which it most likely won't wake me up because their enthusiasm level just doesn't get the job done. So I sleep through the rest of the game, unfortunately.
I don't have a gripe with that. My biggest gripe is that they're giving too much airtime to John Buccigross.
Emily Kaplan, you said?
Either or, pick your poison.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, great stuff. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Detroit Tigers. Max, hit us with something else.
Um, Um. Oh, we got a new pope. I don't know if that's gonna make
USA, USA, USA. Where do you graduate college?
Villanova. Pope Leo the 14th.
Where's
X.
he from?
Where's he from? New York, I think.
Chicago.
Oh, okay. I did see. Actually, you're so right. I saw a tweet by some Chicago fan or some fan that said, "Wow, America got a pope. We got an American pope before the Chicago Bears could get a 4,000 yard passer. Not tough." So that's pretty cool. I actually got an update on my phone that the Pope was decided because of the white smoke coming out of the Vatican, and I instantly turned on news to see it because I never just really remember seeing that. It was really cool to watch.
That's sweet. Not to get political. Very cool. Not to get religious. How's the Premier League looking for you?
Uh, Good, really good actually. A couple games ago,
Out
not
of three brothers,
sitting second. What more could you ask for?
first probably.
Who's
Which
in first?
Brentford
Oh, okay.
out of the three.
How many points ahead are they?
None.
Okay. How many games are left?
One more than Brighton has.
So they have two. Brighton only has one.
There you go. It's how they're head.
Yeah.
Fulham is like 3 points behind the two of us. So they're right smack in the middle. So all three of our teams will be back in the Premier League next year. So maybe then we'll visit them. Good stuff. Let's talk about the NFL draft. You wanted to say Shador so many times when you're trying to say Dennis Schroeder. So let's get to it. Shador. We haven't talked about it. Thoughts on him dropping?
I mean, I only heard negative things about him, so I don't know him personally. I don't ever want to know him personally. He's a Cleveland Brown. That's probably where he'll end his life. But I did see some Canadian CFL team signed his rights, so he could be an aggregate. Or is that their mascot?
That's I didn't see that, but that's one. Yeah.
He is a C. He got signed by a CFL team as a backup plan, so he could be heading across the border if push comes to shove.
I think someone might have got you with that. I don't think that's actually true. I'm fairly confident he was at the Browns facilities.
Oh well, yeah, he still got to make the team.
Yeah, that's true. Potentially, if he hadn't signed already, which yeah, I mean, he's probably already signed with the Browns. He definitely probably signed something of some sort of funds with the Browns. Um, I don't think he's going to die with the Browns. I don't think he's going to get the starting job. I think he's going to be too much of a circus. He might get cut, and someone else is going to give him a shot. Not in the CFL. He's gonna be somewhere in the NFL. Um, I don't really know. What do you think about the Lions draft?
Oh,
Tesla.
he's on their negotiation list.
Yeah, yeah, he ain't gonna get signed. But Lions draft list. Big white receiver from Hillsdale, Michigan, or from Hudsonville, Michigan. Rockford, Hudsonville. I don't know. He went to Hillsdale College, and then transferred to Arkansas. Big white boy, 6'4", maybe.
Yeah.
Runs fast.
Yep.
I like it. Drafted Ohio State defensive tackle in the first round. Drafted a mullet wearing Georgia offensive lineman, I believe, in the second round. I like that pick. He looks like a Dan Campbell kind of guy. Um, yeah, I don't really know anything else much about the draft. I think that's about it. What about you? Any thoughts?
I mean, when we talked about our draft a couple of weeks ago on our podcast, I told you what I was going to do. Not watch any of it. I didn't watch any of it, and I really couldn't care less. That's how much I was there. But now I'm excited. The schedules get dropped next week, a week from yesterday, so Tuesday they get dropped. So it's excited to see where the Lions are playing on certain days. Other than that, NFL will come when it's coming. Nothing more to
Yeah,
talk.
so true. Last point in the NFL draft. So Max and I went to Little Caesars Arena on the night of the draft, Thursday, the 25th, 24th. Yep, that sounds right. 24th. We were at Little Caesars. Business lost. We flooded out into a bar around the corner, sports bar. Maxwell was the name of the bar.
Second best.
Second best. We walk in, right? So it's Thursday night, first round of playoff action for basketball and hockey. It's hot and heavy. We've got 4 games total going on. So the second nightcap, right? We've got 2 hockey, we got 2 basketball, and the draft, of course. There's 19 TVs, I believe I counted at second best. How many TVs had the NFL draft on, Max?
Probably 18, and that 19th one had like the music channel thing on it.
I will give you that. I counted 19, but I think you might be really small with the music. So yeah, literally every single TV was just focused on NFL draft. So whereas we're saying let's watch the sports that matter, we had a bunch of morons watching NFL draft that had meant nothing to nobody, nowhere. So
Yeah.
hell yeah, good stuff. All right, we got to. Do you have anything else? There's one. We have to talk about the Kentucky Derby, obviously.
Obviously, let's get into that.
Jockeys are short.
Yeah, I just learned that I have to be under 125 pounds to ride it with their gear on. Crazy.
Yeah, that's small and light. I also learned I didn't learn actually anything. Oh yeah, all the horses were of Secretariat's descent, so through sex. But
Yeah. So whoever owns Secretariat still made a lot of money this weekend. A lot of money because they got a cut of whoever won that because that's his seed.
yeah, like an 11th. Yeah, whatever. I mean, the winner got like 3 million, right, or something
Yeah,
like that.
no, I'm talking all the way down to the show. They get a cut. That's my
Yeah,
seed. So he
yeah,
won out regardless.
he got them all. Yeah, it's a great point.
Who won it? Sovereignty.
Bitch. What about it?
Uh, Sovereignty won, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not even racing in Belmont or was that
Belmont.
Preakness?
Yes, correct. Whichever.
Yeah,
Could be
they're not
pretty
even
fun.
running. This is stupid.
Doesn't matter.
No triple crown.
I bet on the favorite journalism. I bet on sovereignty. I bet on everyone. I was a winner, but I wasn't this big of a winner as I could have been if journalism would have won. I don't know. It's sweet. Like I think what's way more sweet, which not enough people are aware of, are all those horse races leading up to it. Like all day Friday, I was working really hard. Uh, I love the company I work for, but I was betting on all the horse races too, because you can watch on your phone. If you have the FanDuel Sports app or DraftKings, you can just watch on your phone. So I was betting on all those. Those are just, it's so much fun doing that. I think it's way more fun. And then Saturday as well, there were 11 horse races before the 12th, which was the Derby. Those horse races, you don't know shit, which same as the Kentucky Derby, but they're still there and it makes it way more fulfilling and fun. And I think in the near future, I'm going to attack that with some sort of vigor more appropriately.
What, horse racing or the Kentucky Derby?
The full day,
Oh, the full day of
the
horse racing.
Derby itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
But
it's good.
yeah, I don't know. Final three words on the Derby, Max?
Horses turn left.
Yeah, I'm over it. All right, last thing. You got anything else?
No, I do. The Milwaukee. Would you sign up for this? Yes or no? I'm going to lay out the details of what you sign up for. The Milwaukee Brewers are offering you a hot dog VIP. It is $60 for the season. You get one free hot dog per every game you attend. You get a hot dog hat and a T-shirt. Are you purchasing?
Oh, yeah.
All right. It'd be like 8 games. You have to go 8 games, get a hot dog every game. You get your money back.
Anthony, get there, man. Come on. We've got a local GHLer, Anthony Garcia, lives in Milwaukee. We'll have to send him this.
Yep. So
There we go.
$60 hot dog club. You get a hat that says it and a T-shirt.
I love that. It's amazing. I don't know if I'll ever do the 999 again in person.
No, that's an at-home thing. I feel like at home I'd have a better shot than in the park.
Yeah, 100%. Um, Maybe I'll do it this weekend. You know, Friday or Saturday. I'll be there on Sunday. Can't do it Sunday. All right, my last thing. So, Max, we had a basketball team in the 4v4 blacktop tourney ran by our GHLer Travis Simmons in Taos City, Michigan last year. Uh, One of our teammates came up gimpy, a little bitch move, couldn't participate, so we had to pull out early. Whatever stuff happens. Uh, we had a team meeting. We've decided to not go back, and we're not going to be participating. We're not going to defend our seventh place title. Rather, you and I are going to do the play-by-play and commentate on the tournament itself. So I'm not sure you were aware of that, but get your sports commentating mind ready. I think I'll do the play-by-play, and you'll be the Andy Dirks. I'll be Benetti.
You're gonna let
So
me have free reign to say, man, it's starting to spit again. We better get an umbrella.
yeah, yes, sir. There are a few conditions that we still need to run by Simmons, such as we need a cooler, and then we do need a couple videographers.
Oh, I
And
already got that. You brought this to my attention early last week, and I've already ran through the process. How this will be live on our YouTube channel, folks. Once we get a date, we'll pass that along. But you'll be able to reach far and wide. So those teams that have family members that can't travel, tune into the LTS YouTube, and we'll be live streaming it.
so, how do we decide which game when there's two that we're gonna?
Obviously, we're gonna go with the high power matchups. We're not doing this 16-1,
There
16.
will be no true TV. It's straight CBS.
Yep, we're going 4 versus 5, right? We're not
Yep.
doing those 1 versus 6.
All right. Well, back to my point though. We're still going to need someone with a videographer and maybe some IT support, boots on the ground in Taos City. So if you have some experience, shoot us your resume, and we're willing to pay in Busch Lights, Bud Lights, or probably Miller Lights. So let us know. And by the way, that's going to be July 12th at Taos City, not Friendship, Taos City Friendship Park. Yeah, no,
Sure.
sure, whatever. All right, good stuff. Roundtable went on and on and on, just like Max goes on and on and on. Let's go to Serenity Now. Serenity Now this week, Max, brought to you by who?
Modelo?
No, brought to you by Franzia, the classy boxed wine for the classy boxed in mom. Feeling overwhelmed with practices, stinky shoes, crappy spring baseball weather, and chaotic vacation craving kiddos? Look no further than Franzia, your friendly, fermented, fine wine sipping, problem slipping stress fixin', boxed wine. Stop into your local Walmart, 7-Eleven, or even gas station because Franzia is a judge free fine wine that can be purchased anywhere at any time. Franzia, wine for the masses, not the classes.
Slap that back.
That's literally their mantra, wine for the masses, not the classes. I liked it. Um, okay, so my serenity now is really just a tip to everyone out there. Everyone has a mom, more likely than not. Make sure you call her up, tell her in person, tell her thank you for something that you did growing up. Hope you prefer something with sports. Whatever, you can bring up a story from way back when. Remember that time when I walked in on you and Dad. Remember that time when you made me stick my nose in the corner. Remember that time that our dog passed away and it was because of you. Remember that time. Whatever you want to do. Honestly, just pick up a moment. And I'm not thinking about myself, Max. I don't know why you're laughing. So take time to call your mom or say hello to her in person. Don't send her flowers. Send her words of love. Let her reminisce about the good old times. It's Shiny freaking now. All right. Speaking of mothers, let's get into moms and sports, Max. Before we get to our GHLers quotes, I don't know. Just give me some insight as to why you think moms and sports go together so well.
Well, at the early ages, I wouldn't be there if I didn't have my mom driving me. So moms and sports pretty go heavily there. Um, I'm just gonna speak from my personal experience. My mom was probably my biggest motivator, my cheerleader, my water boy, my water girl, my snack provider, my taxi driver, my cleat lacer, my ash chewing. Um, yeah, I mean, I was just trying to rhyme them together and I kind of got lost, but my mom did everything for me. So shout out to you, mom.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of moms do for kids, especially ours, right? Ours was super mom when it came to the sports, right? She was there 24/7. I think generally moms, when it comes to their kids, when they're sporting leagues, right? Little league, I don't know, mites hockey, whatever it is. They're probably the first person that gives them unbridled support, right? The dad's probably like, what the fuck, he sucks ass. Mom's like, you were awesome, let's go, yeah. More often than not, the mom's probably gonna be a little more optimistic. Yeah, that's sexism maybe coming out on me, but I think the mom's gonna be a little more there for them, a little more positive reinforcement. Um, I think more often than not, the moms are ready and willing to beat some ass out in public, stand up for their young cub. Dad might want the dads might want to close the doors, wait, do it out in the parking lot. But I think the mom's ready to go up in the stands. Um, I just think moms are there blindly when their kid isn't the best. I think another thing that moms and sports go together so well is that the mom usually ends up pretty well. If the kid is successful, right, ends up with a free car, free house, nice clothes, sunglasses. I don't know. Yeah. So moms and sports, they go together like chewless tobacco and baseball, peanut butter and jelly, marijuana and Snoop Dogg, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
So let's keep going with our episode 131, Mothers Initiate Love for Sports. M.I.L.F.S. Our quotes from our great GHLers. Got some good ones, Max. One of my favorites comes from one of my favorite hockey moms that I ever had. The quote: my favorite part of being a hockey mom was all the bonus sons I got. Hard face. That's very well said. Um,
Poetic.
yeah, poetic mic drop. I think it's an aspect that I agree with 100%. Right. So I think there's a bunch of friends that I'll always have, and I'll take it a step further. So I was like an uncle when you were playing hockey because I was old. You're pretty young, and I think Brendan Collier was like a younger brother as a result of it. And I think he was like mom, and you were the Collier son, and Brendan was mom and dad's son. So I think that's a very good point by our GHLer. So well said.
It's very well said.
Max, give me a quote.
Um, this one says, I would say that some sports will mean to me as a mom is that Parker will make friends for a lifetime, but also just the skills from each sport. Things you can't learn at home. but the excitement on his face when he accomplishes a new skill will be priceless. But being in the stands will always be the best feeling. Being his biggest cheerleader will be awesome too.
Wonder who that was. That's well said, though. Well said. Being in the stands, being their biggest cheerleader. Get it out.
You're on the power play.
Shout out to that mom and her first Mother's Day of her life.
Yeah.
No, for real. This I appreciate everyone that took time to send us their thoughts. I think being a mom is a very difficult job. I babysat for the first time the other night. Said child that was just mentioned, and no, I was in hell there for a little bit, but I overcame it. It gave me a lot more. I think what am I looking for, Max? A lot more respect. No, it's not. I always respect mothers, but I think a lot more like, holy shit, there's a lot that has going
You
on here. I
put
don't,
yourself in their shoes.
yeah, like I can eat whenever I want right now, and like at that time I could not. So it's stressful being a mom. So we really do appreciate everyone that came in. So here's another one, another quote. My mom was a huge sports fan. She loved watching my siblings play and her grandkids. She also loved professional playoffs of any kind, especially basketball. I vividly remember watching basketball playoffs together during the Bad Boys years. I still watch playoffs, even though my mom is not with us anymore. Sports brings families together and makes lasting memories. Spot on. I agree with that.
Sports, in general, not, I mean, I'm just going to generalize this, create memories for people outside of moms. Like, there could be memories at bars, but speaking to our moms, I will never forget the tradition our mom and our dad, our mom provided with Doritos for Red Wings games. We'd always buy a bag. Mom would always have a bag. Couldn't open them. She would yell at us if we opened them early. So shout out to those kind of memories.
Yeah, 100%. To last note on this GHLer. Yeah, watching sports and then you're watching a sport and it makes you think of your mom. I think that's awesome. Right. So this person, they have kids who played sports, but their greatest memory of sports was their actual mom, right? Who has passed away now. And but she still has her mom because of being able to watch the Pistons this year in the playoffs. Made her think of that. So very cool. I've got another one. This is very well written by GHL. Strap in. Um, as a mom, sports can mean a lot of different things. They can be a way to see your child grow, learn valuable life skills like teamwork, discipline, and resilience, and a way to encourage them to stay healthy and active. Sports also offer a sense of community and belonging, whether through friendships, parents sharing a similar bond with each other on the sidelines, or showing school pride. There's also something special about watching your child succeed, overcome challenges, and even just enjoy the game. It's a great opportunity to bond as a family and create memories together. It's very, very well said.
That is poetic justice right there.
Create memories again. I really like that. I think that's a staple, right, for all of these. And then school pride thing. I think we sometimes overlook that. Um, I think your family is like behind you 100% whatever you do, and I think it comes out even more with your mother. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're overlooking something else. The play 60, get out and play, stay healthy. That was a good input there. I like that. So shout out to that GHLer for that too.
Yeah, this DHLer, mother of two. Happy Mother's Day, Sarah. Um, Great mom. Her kids are definitely gonna play sports. Dad coaches them. Yeah, I think sports going to be a staple of their family forever, and I'm happy that they've passed them along to their kids. All right, all good stuff from our GHLers with these quotes. I love it. So let's keep rolling. Got another one from a GHLer, a mother of sorts, the mother's age. These are all mothers, right? But maybe a little older of a mother. It could be a grandmother. Um, Sports were an all-time high in our life. It kept you all active, and I love the bonds that you all created, even well into adulthood. Watching Cody coach his own children is such an honor, and seeing how excited Easton is to do good. Sports also were just so good for the parents. We created friendships that will last, that we will cherish forever. That's a great point. Let's just shout out to that GHLer. Great point there.
Moms meeting other moms.
Yes, I love that.
Right there.
Moms meeting moms.
Moms meeting moms, going to the pool with their kids, drinking a hottie toddy. I mean, hey, those are good memories. I haven't experienced those personally, but I think I've created a couple of those.
Yeah, yeah, you did. Good job. I got one more before you get to one of yours. This is more of like a even keel stance on it. So this is a mother of soon to be two. She has a young one who's almost two, I believe. Not good with numbers. Um, but here's this response. I'm not sure sports really mean anything different to me since becoming a mom. Slow pitch softball is basically my only hobby, and that's a little trickier to show up and play for now that I have an offspring to worry about. I still love watching March Madness and football and baseball, but now I have a toddler that yells things at us like, no teamwork, no basketball, and my show's on, and that's some real life right there.
That's a more realistic outlook right there. Not that the other ones are, but that's real life stuff.
That's some meat and potatoes answer right there.
Love that.
I do too. All right, Max, give us one.
Yeah, so this one says, watching my son play baseball gives me just a big smile. I played softball, but it doesn't match all the memories of watching him play and grow his skills and make so many good memories with all of his best friends.
I like that. I like that. Making great friends and skills translating. I like that. It's a great one.
And,
Um, Go ahead.
I mean, GHLers are taking it for what it's worth. I hit them with what does sports mean to you? So, things
Yeah,
things come and go.
I agree 100%. This GHLer said, this GHL mother, the first thing that comes to mind is family. Whether you're a player or a spectator, sports bring people together. Some of my best memories revolve around sports. As my son grows, I can't wait to see what interests him most. I like that. It's excitement for the future with family. And I think that's so true. I think sports do bring families together. I also think sports can drive families against each other. Um,
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'll have no story to tell on it. I've got another one here. Um, Sports are always on the TV, courtesy of my husband. Oh,
Oh,
our oldest son is picking up on different sports already. It's a constant in our house. Some sports are better to watch than others. For example, football. Boom.
meat and potatoes. That's real life stuff.
That's real life stuff. That sounds like this mother, may enjoy sports, but definitely sounds like could be a little annoyed by the sports that her husband constantly has on. Um, I'm not a father, don't have any kids. Not sure it'll ever happen, but if it were, that's probably something a significant other of mine would say. This motherfucker always has goddamn sports on. So that's funny. Another meat and potatoes answer. I like it. Max, give us one.
All
Is this
right.
your last one?
This is the save the best for last.
All right.
Well, here it goes. That's literally what it says. So here it goes. I'm definitely not a sports person, but being a mom of athletic children was definitely a perk to my job. I always was happiest when I could watch all of you guys do your sports. I learned so much from watching practices to games, and this includes watching dance classes as well. I found it so enjoyable being able to watch you guys in your elements, so to speak, and do your thing. Very enjoyable and thankful for all the memories I have of those times. I feel that being a mom in the stands was just an extension of my mom job, always pulling for you guys. So now that I'm not in the bleachers as much, to sit in and cheer for all those years has given me a lot of practice to continue on cheering and pulling for you guys in the big field of life. Sports has given me a lot, and I hope this helps.
Damn, that's contender number one right there. I think I know who it was, but that's up there for maybe best answer. Some deep cuts there with the life answer. Whoo,
I like my
woo.
that one is the big game of life, big field of life, I should say.
Damn, well said. Yeah, I think sports they give you something to do, and then they give you preparation for things in life, right? So you're a mom, like the one of the last ones we just had that I read off said they're excited to see what interests their son, and then you're gonna have to deal with he is no longer a fan of it, right? So then you through sports you understand how to deal with that individual. So like this mom sounds like she's a retired mom of sorts. Maybe I'm not really sure what the situation is. She's not retired, she's not dead, but I mean, not any sports going on, so she's now using those skills for her degenerate sons and or daughters and the problems that are arising in their personal lives, right?
Yeah, I think that's what she was trying to say. Yeah, she learned from those sports, and she's taking that into the real world, just as like any athlete takes stuff they learn, like teamwork, things like that, into the real world.
But I guess side note of that, if she would have done her mom job better, maybe she wouldn't have had to been doing some real life practice, in real life now having to help out her degenerates.
She could have had, like you said when we led this off, with that free car, that free house.
That's right.
Is that what you're trying to say? I think so.
Something like that. All right. Well done. That might be the best answer we get. So let's applaud that right now. I got to figure out my little dimmy dommer here. We've got something to do. We'll do a cheer. Well done, GHLer. Okay, I've got 2 to go, Max. The first. Okay. As a mom who has a son who has played sports at a high level since he was young, sports represent so many things, especially considering I never played one. Sports represent such things as growth, discipline, learning to deal with failure, which are all transferable skills in life. But mostly it means bonding and memories, not only with teammates and coaches, but with me. Lots of travel, planes and cars and hotels, late nights and early mornings, tears and laughter, special times that will forever be in my mind and engraved in my heart. As a mom, to get the opportunity to watch your child play sports is a blessing and a gift. That was a very good answer, too. That's a very good one.
Wow. I Yeah, it's from the early mornings to the late nights, to all the traveling.
Tears and laughter.
Yeah, that was very well written, very well said.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think the travel is actually one of the coolest aspects of sports, right? I didn't get to travel as much as you, Max, but because of you, I think our family got to travel a lot more. Um, right? And you get to see places you may never get to see in your whole life. You get to go to spend nights in hotels. Like I think we took that for granted. Sports lets you go on trips, right? I know people that have never stayed in hotels before. Um, Sports allow you to do that. So, and being the mother of that athlete, it's so cool. So, very, very well said. And
Probably one of the under estimated things or underappreciated things is moms and dads, moms, talking about moms, getting their athlete to that sport, whether it's 3 hours away or 10 minutes down the road. It takes a lot to get in there. So moms that get them to and from, that's already a massive thing. So shout out to that.
again, I have no practice, knowledge, and or place to say anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that 95% of the battle is showing up and getting there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
being there. So shout out to all the moms. One more to go. A GHLer who has actually been on the podcast a few times. Say it's Brooke. As a mom of a toddler, sports play a unique role in our life right now. It's amazing watching our 2-year-old get excited for the same things we're excited about. He'll chant, "Let's go Spirit" at hockey games and clap along. When he sees a Spartan logo, he'll say, "Go green."
Mm.
Mm. He grabs his mini stick and puck and says he's playing hockey and tells us he wants to go skate at the rink. I can't wait to cheer him on one day. Great answer, Brooke. Great Julie Keller. Fort Field Frank and Brooke's son, Frankie. Um, that's bullshit on the Spartan stuff, though. We're going to have to clean that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
No other notes. Yeah. Honestly, seriously, thank you to everyone that sent in quotes. Those quotes were amazing. I don't know what I expected. Max was like, let's do Mother's Day. Obviously, it's Sunday. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, sounds great. Let me reach out to all my mom friends. Got a lot of mom friends out there, mothers initiate love for sports, MILFs. We appreciate everyone that provided their quote. We do not take that lightly that you sent in great insight and took time to send us those thoughts. So thank you so much. Yeah, sports are awesome and mothers are the best. So hell yeah. Episode 131 of Legally Teach Engineer Sports. Mothers initiate love for sports. MILFs carries onward. Let's hold the poem for last. I know everyone's waiting. They're on the edge of their seats for it, Max. So let's hold on just one more second. So let's do our LTS Cooler Talk questions presented by SeatGeek. Looking for your Michigan football tickets, Post Malone ticks. We're trying to get into the Tigers exclusive home plate club. Look no further than SeatGeek. SeatGeek offers unmatched usability, factual forward-facing fees, and access to all-star-esque and aura-oozing seats no other sites can compete with. Use code LTES underscore max, MACKS, to garner a 6.9% discount on your next SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, unlocking your inner ticket buying freak. Here we go, Max. Are you ready? Last year, what was the last year the Tigers won the World Series?
1984.
Well done, 1 for 1. Where is Connor Hellebuck from?
Oh. He's from Michigan, Commerce Township, but that's
Nailed it.
you're
2
gonna
for
take
2.
that. Okay.
You got it. 2 for 2. Former Av. Fuck me. Mikko Ratinen has played on 3 teams this year. Name them.
Avalanche, Stars, Hurricanes.
Good job. I wasn't sure if you could get the Hurricanes. Good job. How many NBA teams have come back from down 7 in the last minute in playoff history?
How many times, or just teams themselves?
Teams.
1.
So you might have seen a glimpse of the stat. Pacers have done it twice this year. There's another team. It's only happened 3 times in history. 2 teams have done it. It's happened 3 times.
I don't know.
2 teams though.
Who are the 2 teams? I don't know.
It's Pacers and then I don't know the other team. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
When does the WNBA start?
June 12th.
Next Friday, May 16th. Good stuff. All right, well done. Thank you, SeatGeek. You actually got 3 right. You got 3 right. Good job. All right, it's time everyone's been waiting for on episode 131 of Legally Teach Engineer Sports. Mothers initiate love for sports. M.I.L.F.S. My poem to my mom. So, Mom, this is your Mother's Day gift. We waited almost a full hour to get it. I know patience isn't always your virtue, but here we go. A Loga sports mom living legend. Mom. From rollerblades on the hood of the van to hits in the back, you were never able to stay calm. Mother. A transporting machine, Flint, Anvil, Joliet, Niagara, and some random ass Massachusetts borough. We all knew the favorite brother. Madre. From practices to dance recitals and never-ending nights of baseball, we always anticipated the plastic container entree. Mom. Trashy Alpina ass, Pennsylvania pricks, Scott and Giuseppe, Lindsay Bilby. Toe to toe you went with each and every Harry, Dick, and Tom. Mother. A cheering section all on your own, featuring a multitude of screams, shrieks, or shouts, with volume better than any other. Madre. Always there to keep things cool, stare angrily upon a punted ball by a pissed off Padre. A pool ball tossing, community center pass buying, white knuckle driving, ice house screaming, tennis court watching, dance recital, intermission baking, emergency room visiting. A Loga sports mom living legend.
Wow. I feel like we're in the jazz club, so we're gonna snap it out here.
Yeah, I went with an untraditional type of poetry there.
Well, I felt like you needed like some bongos when you're going Madre. Bongos.
That's all right. Shout out to you, Mom. Thank you for everything you've done for Max and I, and even Sam as he's still on sabbatical. We appreciate you forever and always, our favorite mother. All right, that's all for episode 131 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. Mothers initiate love for sports. M.I.L.F.S. Our quote, Max, comes from Arvana Nebula. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, moms win at life. So true, Irvana. So true. Moms win at life. What's our POV? Our point of view is positive vibes only. Let's have a great week and great weekend, everyone.